Hi again, and welcome to Backstage at the Upper Room. I'm Ron Strand. Today we have the pleasure of talking to a great performer, a great comic, and a wonderful guy all around. Please welcome Ron Pearson. Hey, Ron, how are you?
Hey, buddy. It's always good to have another Ron because our name is fading.
That's right.
In 20 years, it'll be like Ebenezer is to the way we think about
That's
that.
right.
Now,
We can't find it on the bicycle license plate holders in the.
Right. Right. And
That's
I
right.
actually think that if you're under 45, that no one names their kid Ron
No, they
unless it's a junior.
That's right.
Or you're Filipino, because there's a lot of
That's
Ronalds in the Philippines.
There is. That's
Yep.
right. Well, thanks for being here.
Cheers.
I just wanted to take some time and get to know you and let our audience get to know you a little bit. And I know you started out doing some street performing. Talk about how did you grow up in Southern
Grew up in
Cal?
Seattle.
Seattle.
In Seattle, yeah. Great place to street perform.
Oh,
Always
yeah.
wet. Good life choice. So, I was a juggler as a kid, and my friend's older sister taught me how to juggle at recess in the 5th grade. So my life is actually based on what I learned at recess, not what I learned in the classroom.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then I went on, was on the Mike Douglas show when I was 14.
Really?
And then I set a world record when I was 15 for juggling. And when I was 19, I was 4th in the world at the world competition. So at that point, I said, I'm done with college because I was going to the University of Washington
Yeah.
studying business and
Sure.
on the dean's list. And I said, nope, I'm leaving. So I left and went over to Europe and worked in a comedy theater troupe called l'Institut Français de Jonglage.
What does that mean?
The French Institute of Juggling, but it's just kind of a made-up
Sure.
concept because it was more like Cirque du Soleil,
Yeah.
but with a storyline and clowning characters and
Right.
and circus arts.
Yeah.
And then we chose in German and in French. On my 20th birthday, I moved to San Diego, made my living street performing. 21st birthday to Los Angeles. I would work Redondo Beach Pier,
Right.
occasionally Venice. Venice was a little rougher crowd, and I wanted my act to get more subtle.
Yeah.
Also the La Mirada swap meet. I did
Is
a
that
ton
right?
there. Yeah.
Right off the 5 freeway
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And then 21st birthday, I started going into the comedy clubs and working there and
No kidding.
doing that.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you really came up through the ranks.
Yeah.
You did it the hard way.
Yes.
You have the distinction that I read that you are the youngest host of a game show in history of game shows.
Yeah, I think of the history at that time. I
Okay.
don't know about now because I'm old, and that was a long time ago. I
And
was
that was-
22, I think, when
Is
I
that
did
right?
that. Yeah.
And that
22.
was for Supermarket Sweep, was it?
No, that one was called Skedaddle. It
Skedaddle.
was syndicated
Yeah.
across the country. And then I had Shopping Spree for
Or
several
Shopping
years.
Spree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A funny story with that. I had the producer of both of those,
Yeah.
guy named Jay Walpert.
Yeah.
He was the Jeopardy 1969 grand champion.
Is that right?
And while we're working on, we did the first one. We almost did Win, Lose, or Draw Junior together, but I didn't get that one. Mark Price got it. Skippy from Family Ties, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
Got down between me and Mark. But then he and I were together for several years doing Shopping Spree.
Yeah.
And the whole time he's going, I'm working on this script. I'm working on this script. Turns out, Count of Monte Cristo, he was a great screenwriter.
Oh, right.
And then a couple of years after that, he goes, I got another script. I got another script.
Is that right?
What do you think? Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a
Yes.
career he's had.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't get a role on that one.
No, I did not.
But you did transition into some acting on sitcoms, as I understand.
Yeah. I've been doing acting for years. I was on a series called Malcolm and Eddie with Malcolm Jamal Warner and Eddie
Right.
Griffin.
Yeah.
I've been recurring on that one. I was a regular on. I've been recurring on that '70s show, Drew
Yeah.
Carey show, George Lopez show, Two Guys and a Girl, Norm,
Right.
Nikki. Disney Channel movies, Boston Legal, just a ton of shows.
Yeah. What's your preference when you're for working? I mean, do you like doing the TV, the sitcom, or do you like doing live audience performing? What would you prefer?
I like it all.
like it all?
I'm so much further than I ever thought God would have given me
No kidding.
for my goals in my life.
Yeah.
And start crying because I'm really blessed.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know God, he had his hand on me. And you get off the road, his hand went away.
Yeah. Yeah.
You come back, and honestly, like double and triple. Like, I can't even believe how
Yeah.
fortunate.
Isn't
I'm
that-
very thankful.
Isn't that amazing? That he
Yes.
remains faithful.
Yes.
Isn't that true?
Yes.
No doubt.
You know?
Yep.
And
Wow.
I'm just, that's honestly, that's all I can say. I'm going to start
Yeah.
crying because I'm really thankful.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no doubt. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then I know in around 2008, you teamed up with Jeff Allen and Brad Stein
And Anthony
and
Griffin.
Anthony Griffin.
And-
did the
yeah.
Apostles of Comedy tour.
So much fun.
I
That
heard.
was really, really fun.
Was it?
Because it's cool. Like, I do a lot of shows in corporate events, and you know, and I do a lot of audience warm up at nightclubs and some theaters here and there. The goal in show business is always to be, you know, I'm a real strong entertainer. But
Right.
when you're the name on the marquee of a major theater,
Yeah.
and they're filling up,
Yeah.
you're just like, holy smokes. And
Oh, yeah.
Apostles was that.
Yeah.
That was,
That must have been a blast.
and good guys.
Yeah, they
really
are
good
good
guys.
guys.
What a blessing.
yeah. We've had Jeff here and Brad and
Well,
I've met
when you
Anthony,
had
but-
when you had Jeff here,
Yeah.
the first time I met you,
That's right.
Anthony and I
Anthony
drove
came.
down
Yeah.
to hang out with Jeff.
That's right.
and- yeah.
We got to have Anthony here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Is he?
You know, he's my daughter's godfather.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. If you get him on here and
Yeah.
do this, maybe he'll tell you a story about his life that's, I don't want to get it, maybe not my place to say it,
Uh huh.
but it is powerful.
Is
He's
it
a
really?
powerful man, a great comedian.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have a theory about culture. The culture's changed since I started.
Yeah.
And when I started, a third of the comics were clean, a third were in the middle, and a third were dirty.
Right.
Right? And now even the dirtiest. I opened for Dice Clay before.
Is that
you know?
right?
Yeah. So, the complete opposite.
Yeah, that's pretty much
And,
it.
yeah. Right?
That's right.
But he wouldn't even be out on the end anymore. He's in the middle now.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Because it's gotten so
Yeah.
much, and maybe 5% of the comics are clean now.
Yeah.
But I believe the culture chases money. I don't
Right.
think it's the other way
Yeah,
around.
right.
So when we did Apostles of Comedy, I was hoping that the right people would be running that would be, like the,
Right.
not in talent-wise, but certainly maybe in money-wise, the B version
Right.
of Jeff Foxworthy's tour,
Yeah.
right? A blue collar. Well, because that was one of the biggest tours of all time.
Right.
But if the Christians would have been coming out and supporting and following it, I guarantee you a lot of those guys in the middle would go, oh, I can work clean. And their
Yeah.
mindset changes.
Right.
Because the culture chases the money. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Oh, I know. And I've never understood. I mean, to
It's happening in Hollywood right now, though, Ron,
Yeah.
because because when Mel Gibson made Passion of the
Yeah,
Christ,
right. Yeah.
all the studios turned it down, so he financed it himself.
Yeah.
It turned out to be $1 billion. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, heads rolled. What do you
Yeah.
mean you had the meeting and you turned it down?
Yeah.
Right? In the
Right.
studio.
Right.
So now many of those studios have a Christian division, and
Right.
those are the movies that are making money regularly.
Yeah.
Because their budgets are much lower.
Well,
And
yeah.
the people are turning out. And that's-
Right. And one of the biggest comics right now is Brian Regan. And
Oh,
he's
so
a clean
good.
comic.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's so good. Yeah. He's so good.
I have a little story that when I was looking for comics, I was laying in bed one night and I was on my iPad and I was looking for
Yeah.
comics for the upper room, looking
Yeah.
for clean comics. I stumbled across him. This is a few years back.
Yeah.
And I was laughing so hard, but I was trying to keep it in because I didn't want to wake up my wife. She finally woke up and said, "What are you laughing at?" I said, "You've got to see this guy."
He's so
yeah,
good.
He's really good.
He's,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
My family, we've traveled to
Yeah.
see him. Matter of fact, I don't even know if my wife and I were dating yet, but one of the first times we went out, I brought her and her brother, she's from Texas, brought him to the Laugh Factory where I was working that night.
Yeah.
I was working with Brian that
Yeah,
night.
right.
And so there's a picture of us early on with Brian.
Yeah.
And, we're all just the biggest fans of Brian.
Yeah.
So years later, we get married. 6 years in, our 6th anniversary, while we were dating, my wife would go to all the shows.
Yeah.
After we're married,
Right.
nah. I say,
Right. Yeah.
6th anniversary. I go, what do you want to do? She goes, you're going to think this is crazy, but Brian Regan is playing at the Irvine Improv, and I want to go see comedy.
Really?
So I got another comic and his wife to come with us,
Yeah.
who's a great guy and a great comedian. And we showed up. There were 8 other comics in the audience.
Is that right?
Because that's how good he is.
Yeah.
All the other comics, including Ray Romano.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jerry Seinfeld is producing his sitcom they're
Yeah.
giving him now. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So, yeah.
There you go.
That's the
Everyone
top.
acknowledges
So-
he's really, really good.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So, okay, Brian Regan's one. Who else would be an influencer? People that make you laugh. Who
Well,
would be that?
I have a friend named George Wallace. And
Not
he-
the old governor. George
No,
Wallace.
not the governor, the comedian.
Right.
And
I think I know who he is.
yeah, and he's been a real influence on me. We became real good friends when I was 25, and we're still really. He was the best man at my wedding,
No
and
kidding.
but he's really successful, he's really smart.
Mhm.
You know, he had a degree, he had double degree. One of them was in travel, but the other was in advertising. So he just finished 10 years at the Flamingo in Las Vegas.
Oh, is that right?
But he took over the advertising. He ran the room. He
Right.
was doing. He's
Right.
so smart.
No kidding.
He's so business is half of show
Yeah.
business, right?
Right, right. So yeah, he's one of your
I love
favorites.
him. I love him. Yeah. And his other best friend is Jerry Seinfeld.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Once you get
He was
connected
Jerry's
with-
best man too, I believe.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
a small world for
It
that
is.
stuff.
It
isn't
is.
So how does you talked a little bit about your faith earlier and how blessed you've been, but how's your faith interacted in this show business, and how does it influence your show?
Well,
your,
so
career?
I still stay on the clean side,
Yeah, right.
right? And which is countercultural.
Yeah.
I'm filming a special this Thursday, and there'll be a few other acts also filming within a few days of there.
Uh-huh.
And the instructions to the acts was, the first show we want to keep pretty clean. The second show is raunchy. And I go, well, mine are both going to be clean.
Yeah.
Because I just have a responsibility,
Sure.
I think, to serve it up.
Right.
I feel like I'm fighting the culture war
Yeah.
to keep I'm not even saying that the other shouldn't even exist. I'm not calling
know.
that
You're
out
not
of
judging
existing.
it. No, I get
I'm
it.
just trying to
Right.
save so that families can sit with their whole family and watch it. Like when you watch Brian Regan.
Right.
Right? Doesn't matter what age you are. You're
Yeah.
rolling on the floor.
Right,
Right?
Yeah, it's something everybody can relate to.
Everybody.
And
Yeah.
that's what I've always felt. It
Yeah.
doesn't need to be raunchy to be
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's much harder.
yeah. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It really is. So you're a family man. You got how many kids?
2.
2 children.
Yeah.
Boy, girl, girl, boy, boy.
Boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl.
Yeah. You
Good.
named like 6 kids, but yeah.
And a
boy and a girl.
combination thereof.
The girl's the oldest, the boy's the youngest.
Yeah.
So they're 19 and 15, but in my act, they're like
Oh, sure.
14 and
Yeah,
5.
you gotta keep 'em there.
14 and 5, yeah. So great ages to make fun of.
Yeah. Well, Ron, thanks for being with us tonight, and thanks for doing this. And we're going to have a great time with you at the Upper Room tonight, and looking forward to just a wonderful time. Is there anything that we should be looking for you on?
Well, when
Upcoming?
if this special comes out,
Yeah.
I just shot with Gabriel Iglesias on his new sitcom, Mr. Iglesias. That'll be out in a month or 2. But look for my comedy special to come out, because if they know I'm the clean one.
Right.
Let's say that one really hits big and
Yeah.
goes big. Those are things that can change the culture.
Yeah.
They'll go, oh, look what traction this one got.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you get it and send it on to the next person and send it, like the big thing right now is this thing called Dry Bar.
Yeah, I see it all the
right.
time.
So you know who runs Dry Bar?
Who does?
It's the Mormons.
Is that right?
And that's why it's so viral, because our church is very segmented.
Yes, that's right.
But theirs is more in lockstep, and when
That's
one
right.
person sends it, it really goes.
Yeah.
So you got a guy like Brad Upton,
Yep.
who just has, I think he's got 112 million hits in a little over a year.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So-
also was reading recently John Christ, Christian comic, and
Yeah,
he's doing a lot of these video
Yep.
stuff, and I guess all the hits you get, it's
Yep.
making some dough doing
It is, but it's also, he's, once again, he can help change
Yep.
the culture.
That's right.
It's really a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, and what you do helps change the culture.
Well, thank you.
You create, like you bring, because I've come down for your other
Sure.
shows, and they're
Yeah.
good. You know, it's not a joke. It's real
Right.
talent.
Right.
And it's very often in the church, I was joking, somebody could have been playing the violin for 2 years and outstanding, oh, that was amazing.
That's right.
But there is, you always bring in excellence here. And
Well, thank you.
It's good to see.
Well, we enjoy doing what we're, and we are decidedly a Christian venue, a Christian ministry, and not affiliated with the church. But we want it to be something that everybody can feel comfortable coming to.
Right.
And so, we just have a blast doing this.
Great.
Ron, thanks again for being here.
Blessing.
We're looking forward to tonight.
Thanks.
All right. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next Backstage at the Upper Room.
Woohoo!